talk about your first reactions or your reactions to the new program. What do you think about it?
You know, looking at TAP, you can read all about it, and that's what I did. And reading about it was exciting, but what really did it were the trips that we took to look at the programs elsewhere. The grant funded a trip to Arizona and to Texas, and we were able to get a really good feel for what it looks like when you're actually doing it. And that made such a difference because you can't really understand TAP on paper. And we were able to talk with teachers and master teachers and administrators and really, you know, get a feel for, okay, what is good about this and what are the challenges? And in fact, today I even exchanged email with the principal from the school in Texas that we visited, and he's giving me some implementation tips. So it's a nice kind of bridge to be able to do that and to actually talk to the people that are doing TAP. So.
You want to talk a little bit about the reaction from the teachers to the program and just in general what the feeling is about how this will help?
You know, I really admire the staff at Fairgrove because they always put kids first. And when you look at TAP through that lens, the decision is very easy because like Jim said, the research time and time again talks about the highly effective teacher and the effect it has on student learning. And so the teachers at Fairgrove really said, we want to be the best we can be, and TAP is going to help us do that. And so they elected to move forward. And I really admire that in them. And I told them on Wednesday at the staff meeting, it's not about the programs at this school, it's about the people at this school and the heart that the teachers have and their willingness to go above and beyond and take a risk and try new things and in a lot of ways go first. We're going to be, you know, the first district in California. So it's really exciting and they're really excited, and the mood on campus today is just very, you know, happy and upbeat despite the rainy weather, and you know, so it's good.
How many teachers are there at Fairgrove?
We had 25 voters today.
Okay. Is there any, is there any concern that when you looked at those programs in Texas and Arizona, is there any concern that will the grant meet the needs of implementing the program to the level of what you saw at those schools?
You know, it was alarming to go there because they just fund education differently. You know, in Texas they had 15 to 17 kids in a room, and that's different from here, but that's their state. That's how they, and so the teachers had to kind of get past that and realize, okay, a master teacher in Texas is going to be doing the same thing that a master teacher in California does, and even though there's 30 kids in our room versus the 17 there, it'll still have the same effect. So, you know, I think the grant is great. Of course, we always would love more grant money. I wouldn't turn it down, and I know Jim wouldn't either, but you know, it's adequate, and they're excited to have a coach and a helper, and in Texas, we even saw a mentor teacher going in to help a teacher launch centers or small groupings where kids move around, and the teachers were so excited about that. Like, someone might come in my room and help me do something new. Oh my gosh, you know, that would be amazing. So they're excited.
Did you see any downsides to the program at all?
You know, not really. Like Lloyd asked me in the spring. I know it's going to be a lot of work and it's going to be a change, but it's going to be worth it. You know, just like anything, a teacher compared it to road construction. You know, as they're doing the construction, you're driving down the road and you're crabbing about it and you're upset. And you're like, oh, I wish they would get this done. And then the road's done and beautiful and smooth and you're like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And so, you know, probably those beginning implementation days will be a little bit like the road construction, but once we get going, it'll be nice and smooth. So, exciting.
Is there any specific way you're going to be kind of packaging this for the kids at your school, just so they know what's going on with that?
You know, we'll probably talk to them a little bit. I think more, the communication will be more with the parents. The district did send a letter explaining TAP to all the parents. But you know, the kids, I don't think they're going to notice much of a difference, except for another teacher being in the room helping their teacher. And they might think their teacher gets better. You know, and so we'll see kind of what happens with that. And the master teacher does have to vet out strategies with kids and go in and model lessons. So the master teacher will be in there. And that is the biggest change that they'll notice, is the frequency of people in the room. and the 4 observations a year versus, you know, whatever I get to now. So that would be the big, the kids, I don't think they're really going to feel it except for the improvement in the instruction.